Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here. Today we are going over the NOS sugar-free. They have reformulated it because the original was pretty darn horrible. We will see how this one is coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and in today's video we're going over the sugar-free NOS, and we're also going to compare it to the original NOS to see how close they are. Now in general, if you really think about it, the sugar-free Red Bull doesn't really taste that close to regular Red Bull. I mean, obviously it tastes similar enough so that it's called Red Bull, but it definitely has that sugar-free diety kind of taste, and that's how it is with most companies. When you look at all your sodas like Coke and Diet Coke, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, they all taste a little bit different. They're really not all that close to each other, but because they're diet, we just accept it. All of it changed though in 2023 when Monster made a sugar-free version of their energy drink, and it tasted almost exactly like the original. I mean, it's such an amazing accomplishment for a company to be able to make a sugar-free drink taste like the original. Granted, it only took them over 20 years to develop it, but I'm not gonna fault them for it because they did a great job. So now every other company kind of has to live up to that. If you're gonna make a diet version of your original version, you kind of have to make it close. All that being said, do you guys know who owns NOS? If you said Coke, you were close. Coke used to own NOS. Well, back in 2015, Monster and Coke got into this distribution agreement. Coke gave Monster all their energy drink lines, including NOS, and Monster gave Coke all these juices that no one knew Monster owned. And if Monster owns NOS, hopefully they have enough influence to be like, listen, we're not gonna release this sugar-free NOS until it tastes similar to the original NOS. And I'm hoping that's how the conversation went, and I am hoping that's what they did in this drink, because NOS is a classic. NOS came out a long time ago when energy drinks were just on the rise. I mean, we're talking it came out a little bit after Red Bull, Monster, Rockstar, and then NOS was soon after that. So to have an energy drink last this long on the market, it's gotta be a good energy drink, and I gotta say, I actually kind of like the original NOS, and may have considered drinking it if there wasn't so much sugar in it. And overall, the NOS has actually scored pretty decent on the Caffeine Man rating chart in general. One or two may have been a miss, but like I said, because of all the sugar, I don't drink them, and they have actually discontinued a bunch of flavors. But enough about all that stuff. Let's go ahead, let's taste it out. And here's the can. And I gotta tell you, this can, some people may pick it up accidentally because it's so close to the original can, which I also have here. So, you know, when we put them next to each other, you're gonna be like, well, clearly they're different, but they're pretty darn similar. I mean, yes, one is black print, one is white print, but the background is blue. The background is orange. The logo is definitely the same, and this actually just says 0 on it. It's not even that, it's kind of big, I guess. But if you didn't hold them side by side, you might accidentally pick up the wrong one. Now, interestingly enough, I will actually put both nutrition facts panel on the screen so that you can see them while I'm doing the taste test. But interestingly enough, this 16-ounce can has 200 milligrams of caffeine, while the original NOS only has 160. 160 back in the day when energy drinks first came out, and for a long time after that, had the standard 10 milligrams per ounce, so a 16-ounce can has 160 milligrams. But as of like 5-6 years ago, companies started bumping it up a little bit, playing around with the caffeine amount, saying, who needs the standard? We're gonna go less than the standard, we're gonna go more than the standard, etc, etc, etc. Let's taste it out. We're gonna start off with the 0 sugar because obviously that is what the review is on, and I wanna see how good it actually is before I get spoiled by the sugar one. Usually the sugar one's a little bit better. Why? Because it's got sugar. Let's taste it out. A little yo-yo action going on there. We got the original NOS color going on as well, and that yellow color is being brought to you by yellow number 6. Yeah, I know you guys get excited. I sometimes get excited. Not everyone knows what I'm talking about, but it's not only yellow number 6, it is also yellow number 5. Let's taste it out. save that for the comparison, but let's talk about this for a little bit. Your carbonation is, I would say it's a high carbonation, on the low end of high. For your sweetness, I'm going to say they're actually giving you a high amount of sweetness, because they made it pretty sweet, which is, you know, they want to do that because the original NOS is pretty sweet. And even though this is sugar-free, they really pumped up that sucralose in there to give you a nice sweet drink. Now, it's got a high flavor profile, and for that flavor, it's a really good flavor. My goodness, I don't remember it being that good. I used to think that it was sort of a citrusy flavor. It is a sort of a citrusy flavor, but it's not like your lemon and lime citrus. It really went the way more of like I used to think it used to be like an orange pineapple kind of citrus, but I'm not really getting that out of this. I might be getting a hint of orange on the back end, but when I first drank NOS back in the day, or even when I did my review on it, I don't think I really knew much about like peach mango energy drinks, or I hadn't had a lot. And I wouldn't say I'm getting peach out of here necessarily, but I do feel like I'm getting some mango. And I was just talking to my wife the other day. I said, you know what? I don't actually drink that many other drinks besides like energy drinks and water and tea. It would be nice to try some other drinks. And I said, maybe I'll start looking up some mango drinks, but now I don't think I have to. I can probably just get this. But it's not just mango. I would say it might be sort of a mango with, like I said, a touch of orange, and then there's something else in there that I can't put my finger on, but I'm gonna try. I put my finger on it. I think it might be passion fruit. Not a ton of passion fruit drinks out there, but they do put it in their tropicals. I remember Rockstar, their Unplugged, had a passion fruit. OxyShred also had a passion fruit that was Sway did a decent job with their passion fruit. So I guess there are some passion fruits out there. And it overall gives you a nice tropical feel. And I'm not even sure if I would call it tropical, because I haven't had any tropicals like that, but that's really good. I hope it comes to stores near me, because it's not in stores near me. So a huge, big shout out goes to Energy Drink Josh, who sent me this drink. I really do appreciate it. If you don't know who Energy Drink Josh is by now, you should, but I will tell you anyway. He's got an account on Instagram and Twitter where he posts pictures almost every single day of energy drinks, and you are bound to see something you have not seen before. I might have like 1,000 cans or so, but he must have a lot more, because he does like every energy drink. So be sure to check out Energy Drink Josh on Instagram, and thank you again to him. And like I said, I hope they get this drink near me, because I can see myself drinking this drink a lot more often, because it's sugar-free, it tastes really good, and I'm supposed to be doing a comparison, so let's see how the sugar one tastes. I already showed you the can. Gonna get some microphone action here. Put the other one down on the left, this one on the right. Just taste it out. That one's really good too, but for some reason I actually like the sugar-free more. And it's not that it's too sweet. It is very sweet. I would say it might be a touch sweeter than this one, but there's something else that is just a little bit different than the sugar-free one. And it might just be the sweetness. I think the sweetness, even though they're both like a high sweetness, I think this sugar sweetness tastes a little bit different than the sucralose sweetness. And it's not bad. It's not a huge difference. They are actually very similar. I would have to say that Monster, that's what I was talking about earlier. Did Monster really influence them? And I think Monster did influence them, because I think that those are very close. They're a lot closer than any of those diet sodas that are supposed to taste like the original. I think it is closer than the Red Bulls out there and the Rockstars that do the sugar-free versions. I would say this is in second place for the closest energy drink for the sugar-free to taste like the original, and it only is second place to Monster. So they did an amazing job matching the two up. If you are a fan of NOS, I highly recommend you trying out the sugar-free version, because it's gonna be so much healthier for you, because the original has 51 grams of sugar. Oh my goodness, 51 grams of sugar, 54 grams of total carbs. And if you can cut that down, making it 0 sugar, you're going to be doing yourself a lot of favors, and you're going to be getting almost an exact replica of the original. So actually, let's not to forget to put it on the Caffeine Man rating chart. Let's go ahead, let's put this on the Caffeine Man rating chart. Gotta go in from the can. Everyone always says, why do you drink it from the cups? It tastes different in the can. Yeah, sometimes it does taste a touch different. I almost picked up the wrong one. They look so similar. That's good. That might be, before I even put it on the chart, that might be something that I might be able to get that into my regular rotation. Maybe not as often as some of the other ones, but that is definitely, in my opinion, 9.6. Never thought I'd be rating any NOS a 9.6, especially when the original, I only rated the original like an 8, so I think they might have, I'm not sure if they reformulated it or something, but I wouldn't even call this an 8 anymore. I would probably say the original NOS is probably like a 8.9 or a 9, whereas that sugar-free is really just blowing me away. I definitely like it more than the sugar version. If you guys have tried this, be sure to leave me a comment down below. I'm curious if you guys love it as much as I do. I think they did an amazing job with it. Not only because it tastes great, but because it tastes so close to the original. Thank you again to Energy Drink Josh for sending me this drink. I really do appreciate it, and be sure to check him out on Instagram. If you guys want to know a lot of my favorite flavors, you can check out that playlist right there. That is all my top 10 and top 20 energy drinks. And if you want to watch a video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, you can check out that video right there. Definitely don't forget to check out caffeineman1.com, where you can sign up for a newsletter going over what I went over last week and what will be coming up next week. You can see the future. And until next time, have yourselves a great day or night.